But some of the things that he told me about, like, who he was in the past and that kind of stuff, he was a 10-year military veteran. And he was, like, in the Blackwater Mercenaries, which is pretty much just a government-paid military organization. I don't know what they do. I don't think they really discuss too much what they do. But pretty much if they need you to go into somewhere and you need to do something, they pay you and you go do it. Nothing crazy. He was also a Army Ranger, which is nuts. And then he was also in Special Forces, and he was also a European football player. And by football, I don't need football. I mean football, American football Americano. And essentially what he did was he was a European football player. On the off season, if you didn't know, if you're not from America, on the off season, a lot of football players that want to improve on skill and want to improve on just improve in general, like physically and skillfully, they go over to Europe and they pretty much get to beat the shit and play against lower tier players. So he was one of those lower tier players, and they paid him a lot of money per game to get the shit kicked out of him. And instead of getting the shit kicked out of him, he went ahead and pretty much one sec, getting a little distracted here. Just a little distracted, and I think the stego's not nice. I don't think the stego's being nice to me right now. I'm going to go ahead and run. I'm going to grab my saber tooth because I don't want to lose this mammoth since it is not mine. I'll get back to the story in a minute. Yo, fuck you, bitch. As I was saying, ooh, raw prime meat. Let's cook that up. He pretty much, instead of getting the shit kicked out of him, which was most of the European players' mentalities. He's not European, by the way. It's just when there's job opportunities, you go, if that makes sense. And instead of getting the shit kicked out of him like most of the players did, he decided to go ahead and take it upon himself to actually get stronger and learn how to play football appropriately, so that when he was playing, he was actually putting up a fight against these professional players. By professional players, I mean from every team: Patriots, Panthers, Raiders, everything. He was facing actual NFL players. Like, they would have he said they would have a sticker on their helmet that said what team they played for, and he remembered pretty much to avoid the ones that were like middle linebackers on, like, say, a really good defensive team. Back when he played, he's like late 40s, early 50s. So I thought it was pretty cool that the guy that's going to be training me was a freaking mercenary for the government. He was a football player in Europe, and he's married with children and whatnot. I don't know his specifics. I'm not going to get into his regular life, but he seemed like a pretty damn cool guy, and I'm looking forward to actually getting destroyed by him. I hope that he, like, beats the shit out of me physically and just tries to get me really whipped up into shape. Like I said, I'm only going for a few months. I'm not going to be like a regular. I'm not going to go there for 6 years, and we're not going to become best pals forever or anything like that. I'm going there to get into shape and primarily to learn proper technique in which weightlifting is done, so that I can do it on my own and I won't need someone to teach me how to do anything. So I thought it was pretty cool to share that story with you guys. I thought it was pretty awesome that this guy is going to be my trainer. It's not crazy expensive if I were to do it the way that it's entailed. I have no more fiber. That sucks. I'm going to have to go grab some fiber. But pretty much the way he does it is you pick how many days a week you want to do it. He recommends 3. But like I said, I'm not doing this for too long, and I want to get results as fast as I possibly can. So I'm going to be doing it 5 days a week. It's a pretty considerable chunk of money. I'm not going to tell you how much. It's a good amount of money per session. It's nothing crazy. I'm not paying for a car with this shit. It's not that expensive, but it's pretty expensive. And I just thought, why not? You know, like I said before, it is something that needs to be done. I sit on my ass all day. I need to get into shape. It's going to help my sleep schedule. I'm going to be tired after. The main reason why I'm telling you guys this is because if you are someone who thinks they can't do it, they can't get off their butt and do stuff, if that makes sense, there's always someone, something, somewhere that wants to help you, or you want to help yourself. Everybody in the back of their mind wants to be a better version of themselves. Even if you're freaking The Rock Johnson and you're just massive and you could pretty much beat the shit out of anybody, you could lift so many weights and so much pounds and pick things up and put them down, he can still better himself. Everybody can better themselves, and I hope that you guys take something from this and want to go ahead and better yourselves in some way, shape, or form. And mine is going to be physically. I have recently gone through a quote-unquote mental overhaul, and I've gone towards a more positive standpoint on most situations. Some things still stick out. I do get frustrated rather easily, and that's kind of something that I pretty much just have to live with. I don't really have a temper. I don't break out and just punch people in the middle of nowhere. I get frustrated very easily. If something's not going my way or the way I expect it to go, then I just get really in the moment and I get kind of upset, or I get kind of mean. And you guys have probably seen that in a lot of videos, and you know, that's another thing that I got to work on. But I'm going for the physical route, and then mental route will also come with it, because it's a mental game when you're working out as much as it is a physical game. So I thought I would tell you guys about that. I'm not going to keep rambling on to you. I think this would be more of a vlog type thing. It would be better. Maybe I don't know. But I guess if you guys would like to see more videos like this, let me know in the comments, or let me know by getting this video more likes. And if you didn't like it, please dislike. Dislikes are... A dislike or a like is better than nothing at all. I know a lot of you probably don't care at all to like or dislike. I never like or dislike videos, ever. One, because it shares on Twitter. If I dislike, it doesn't share on Twitter. But if I like, it shares on Twitter, and I don't want to spam the fuck out of your Twitters. If I liked every video that I saw, you would never be able to read my Twitter. It would just be spam-arino the whole time. But, like I said, like or dislike, it's better than nothing. A comment is probably the best, because it's actually your voice, and it's not just like a nice little click of a button, if that makes sense. So go ahead and let me know. You can also let me know in the comments if you'd like to hear things like this more in a personal standpoint, like a camera point of view, and I talk to you guys about something, and you can tell me if you're having trouble with something in life, and I'll try to help you to my best of 19-year-old knowledge. I know, right? I'm really knowledgeable when I'm 19 years old, but you know, I've gone through experiences. I didn't go to college. Well, I went to college for 2 days, in case you guys knew. I went to college for 2 days, and I was like, nah, I'm going to do YouTube because it's what makes me happy. So I'm not exactly book knowledgeable, but I've gone through a lot of things in my life, and if you need help with things, let me know. And if you don't want to ask it publicly, you guys can always send me messages on Twitter. I mean, it's kind of public, but not really. If nobody's going to see it unless they're both following you and me. So you can easily tweet at me if you're having issues with something, and I'll try to get back to you as best as possible. And if I feel like it's part of a good chunk of video that I can like make out of it, then maybe I'll even answer your question via video. So I kind of want to get into that. I wanted to call it Serious Sundays. I remember I tried doing it in the past. I've talked about it in really old videos. It just seems like a good idea. I like to give back to you guys. That's why I always do these giveaways. I mean, I'm not going to be completely honest with you. The giveaways are not one-sided. I'm not just giving away keys. Most of the time, the keys that I give away are given to me for free. And a lot of the times, the keys are not given to me for free. And I actually pay for the games myself. The art giveaway, not on my Twitter that I've already done, was actually paid to be... paid by me. I paid however much it was for 2 copies of the game, and then the Twitter giveaways were actually the devs being nice and handing me over 10 copies. It was really cool of them to do that. And the other part of it is I asked for likes and comments to improve search results. That way more people see my videos, I get more subscribers, and in turn get more views. So I'm kind of an open book. Like I said, I've been changing mentally, and one of those things is trying to be honest with you guys. I really have never done anything dishonest on my channel, ever. Not that I can really think of. But I just thought I'd tell you guys that. So let's get back to it. I am building a giant castle. If you haven't seen the previous episodes of me explaining and kind of building the outline of my castle, I would recommend to you that you go watch it. But I'm building a castle with 3 towers in each corner, ladders leading up to the top, and then they're going to expand to the top. That way you have a little bit more room to walk around. And then on top of that, I'm going to be building a 3x3 base in one of the corners to be able to store my shit, to get a smithy, to get a whole bunch of other things going. And I thought it would be really cool to have my own base. I like to have my own base in pretty much every game. Rust is a little exception because you can build big bases rather fast. 7 Days to Die, not really an exception. I really do like having my own bases in that game. That way I don't have to really share my gear. The reason why I don't like sharing my gear is because I'm not really sure. It's mine. I guess I'm selfish in that sense. But I hate coming back to like a multiplayer session that we've been playing and just everything that I had gathered in prep of the next episode is gone. It happens a lot in this game. And that's why I want to build my own base. I'll come back and I'll have no armor on me, no pickaxes, no axe, no nothing, no armor, and just nobody wants to live up to actually, like, who did it. Can we hit this tree, please? I think this tree is bugged. Am I stuck? There we go. But yeah, like I said, yeah, it's like, I don't like coming back and having nothing be there. It's like getting raided in Rust. It's awful. Like, you get raided and it's like, you know how I just spent 3 hours gathering all that wood to build up my base? Yeah, it's gone. It's just gone. You don't know who took it. Sometimes they leave a sign, especially for me. They usually leave a sign for me. They're like, haha, fuck you, Royal. I stole all your shit. And I'm like, cool, that's awesome. I'll just no-life it. This is my job, you know. So that's why I don't really care to go back and gather a whole bunch of stones and wood again. It's not really a huge issue. So if you're watching this video now, I would probably say my Rust server is live or close to being live again. I'm going to be switching it over to vanilla. I didn't like the way that how easy it was for someone to blow into my fully armored base on a modded server. It was just way too easy for people to get gear. So I'm going to be switching it to vanilla. No TP, no nothing. The only way to pretty much TP back to your friends is to do the old sleeping bag thing where you can give a sleeping bag to a friend and then respawn at it. I think it's going to make for the videos to be a little bit more exciting. It's going to be a lot of bow combat, a lot of like Yucca pistol and revolver combat. So if you're looking for that kind of things, you'll probably see those videos either tomorrow or later tonight. Most likely tomorrow, but later tonight could be a thing if we get into it early. I generally don't like to post my videos crazy late at night because either Europeans are staying up crazy late for them or Americans have a bunch of other things to do. And if there is any Asians out there, I know I do have a smaller Asian audience than I do European, and European is a lot smaller than American. So I kind of tend to hover around Europeans and Americans more than anything. So let's go ahead and just hit a few more trees. We're kind of running low on time here, so I just want to get at least a few more walls done around my base. There's no way in hell I'm going to be able to complete this today. Like I said, I'm going to switch off from building and exploring and taming and all that kind of stuff to try and give you guys a little bit more variety. I know the last 4 episodes, I believe, were that dumb-ass cave. I fucking hate that cave more than anything on this planet. Like, it is just the worst cave ever. You're just freezing the whole time. There's a ton of water. There's fucking piranhas. There's sarcos and everything. I think what we're going to do to get that one is take the pterodon into the cave, fly it up, grab the freaking artifact, and just jolt out of there. Because that is the worst cave I have ever seen and ever been through in this game. Like, the lava cave was better than that. It really was. So that's not something I'm really looking forward to doing, is that cave. That cave really sucked. And maybe next time I'll gather the wood off camera. Again, maybe a lot more. I don't know. If we have chests, I'll be able to store them in chests and I won't succumb to weight. We don't have to worry about the mammoth's weight and keep coming back. That's why I just came back now. I could have gathered more wood, but his weight was so high up that he was losing stamina so fast. So, yeah. Where do we want the door? Can we build a ramp, right? We can. Do ramps go outside houses? There has to be more wood on the mammoth, right? Mr. Mammoth, you have a little bit more wood. You don't have a little bit more wood. I'm just going to hit a tree with my axe a little bit. Shouldn't be too much more wood. It's just 60. Just a couple more hits with an axe. We already have a little bit on us, so... I didn't want to take the mammoth all the way out and have to run him back. It probably would have been, honestly, a slower process than me just going and chopping down trees a little bit. What are we looking at? Looking at 20 more. Maybe I should have done it just due to my weight. Just due to my weight, because now I'm going to be running rather slow. And 6 more. There's a little tree right here, and looks like we're just reaching about nighttime, which is perfect timing because I started at dawn. I actually gathered the wood during the nighttime and then thought I would record during the daytime, so it's a little bit easier for you guys to see. I'm probably missing like one piece of wood. I was about to say I'm probably missing like one piece of wood now, and pretty much that's it. Bunch of lawnmowers and stuff outside my window. You probably hear it when I talk if you're wearing headphones. One more. Oh, look. Nice little shark right there. One more freaking tree. Is this a tree in that rock? That's weird. I think I'll be able to hit it, though, if I can get on the rock without jumping. Hello, Mr. Tree. All right. Awesome. We got enough. Build a ramp. Doesn't really take that much longer, in full honesty. It's just the weight thing that really sucks when you're using an axe. When you have Entirely Fuzzy over here, he likes to really camel back a lot of wood, so it's a lot easier to do. It would have made sense if I just went ahead and placed down the walls first and then had less weight, but I wanted to see where I could put the ramp. So I can put it here. Is that going to be obnoxious as hell? No, it's easy. I can just run straight up it. And looks like we're going to have the first floor done. So, awesome. And 6. And we have a little door. And we have another wall, which we're going to place above the door. Just so it feels like a doorway and not just a stupid door that opens up. And this is our base. And then we're going to do it probably 4 tall. Maybe I'll do a 3rd floor. The issue with building in this game is the smithy and the refinery. These things are huge. Like, the refinery will take up 2 foundations wide of space. So probably top floor will be where I put the giant stuff. Bottom floor will be where I store my items, because I can just put bookshelves and bookcases and book whatever and shelves and storage containers and stuff on the walls, because I can put pretty much 4 on each wall, and I'll have plenty of inventory room to store everything. So this is coming along nicely. Oh, hello, level up. Let's do a little bit more moving speed. I don't see why. Come on, Entirely Fuzzy. We're going to take you home. You're going to follow me. We're going to take him home and call it a day, because I'm not going to leave him outside to die. We actually had a pretty close call earlier with that Stego and the Argentavis is actually attacking us. He got down to about 3/4 health, which is a lot more than I expected. Little airdrop right there. It's a anybody can grab airdrop, so don't really want to grab it. The purple one is on another island. I would totally grab it. I think purple's level 40. But I'm hoping that you guys enjoyed these last 2 episodes today. Again, if I asked you any questions, I know I'm not going to repeat all the questions that I asked, but just let me know, and follow me on Twitter if you have not already. A lot of these things you will hear on Twitter as well. I'll be tweeting a lot about my health and exercise over the next coming weeks for sure. Other than that, Spencer the puppy is just chilling. I'm going to put Kermit in here as well. I guess they got a saber-tooth tiger because it says mate boosted. I think they store the little guys around these corners. It seems like they put them away in a room, doesn't it? Where is Reek and Snow? Huh, that's weird. But other than that, I will be seeing you guys in the next one. Adios.